starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
CEOs agree AI automation improves efficiency. To use and sell next-generation AI tools, join this global AI giant. Register for free at www.coolzone.ai. Synergy of connections with OConnect, where collaboration blends with harmony for effortless networking. Get your 14-day free trial of OConnect. Simply register at www.coolzone.ai.
Hello, everybody. It's the 12th of March. Yes, it is. Yes, we're getting into springtime. It's going to be 60 degrees here. No, it's not Florida, but I'll take it because they have bugs in Florida, and I don't want that. I'd rather take a little cooler weather. Anyway, once again, thank you everybody for being here. Yesterday, I did make a video about O-Mail, and it's free for anybody, any of the founders to use it if you want. It does not have my link in it. It has none of my information. You can use that, and it says at the end of the video, if you'd like to have free O-Mail, comment below, so you can post it anywhere you want. If you want to use it, it's something I threw together, see if people want to have it. It's not a big deal. Next, as you know, tomorrow we are not doing 360. We're going to have it Thursday. In fact, it's for the next 3 weeks. But let me make an adjustment. Next Thursday and Wednesday, there probably won't be any 360 next week because Chris is going deep sea fishing for shark. Yeah, you heard it right. Shark. So anyway, he won't be here, and we don't like to have it if we're not here, unless, of course, Mr. Mufareh wants to have it, and we'll see what happens. But right now, it will be on Thursday this week, skip a week, and it'll be on Thursday again, and one of the students raises in his hand. Go ahead, Christopher.
Yes, and you and Red have my permission to go on. If Ash wants to do it, I don't need to be there. I'll be there in spirit. So have at it. I don't want to stop progress.
No. If he wants to have it, we'll have it. No doubt. But it will be on Thursday, unless Ash wants to have it on Wednesday, of course. But tomorrow, the reason I'm not is I have a person coming here to chat with the family and Jaden. So it was already scheduled, and that's something you don't want to change because we won't get them to come back again for a month. So that's happening tomorrow afternoon. So I didn't want to mess with 360 and not be able to get off in time. Anyway, a howdy to everybody that's here. We have about 260 people already, which is pretty nice. As you know, on Sundays, we do share the QR code. I'm making another QR code now for a different batch of people. So next week will be a new batch. Then I'll rotate the QR codes. So that way everybody gets a chance to get some clicks. I did want to give you an update. Give me 1 second. Chris, you can jibber jabber about something if you want. Let me go look for something.
Real quick, today's Bill Musk big day where he's getting a full body scan to figure out what's going on with him. Say some prayers. We had a few people that passed away in our family here. Condolences to them. And pray for everyone that's going on. Listen, if you got something going on with you, shoot me a message or just prayers. That's all. Anyone that's asking for prayers, you get them every day. That is a thing that I love to do, and it's something I love that we do it in Passive. It's one of my favorite things, actually, when we all get together and pray like that. That's pretty cool. Not many places in this world can you get massive people with different beliefs or religions praying together. That's a pretty cool thing. So you let me know when you're ready, Dick Garmo.
I'm back.
Okay.
About from the last QR code. Now this is just well, we had it once a week. Last week ended a couple days, but over 220 scams. Not bad for something that's just floating around. I want to wish a happy birthday to Frank Fields. Frank has been dedicated to Onpassive ever since I can remember. I don't know if he's in before me. Great guy, but he's always been there, very quiet, behind the scenes type of guy. But people behind the scenes, to me, some of them are the most powerful people in the company. It's just the way I see it. Because we have a bigger platform doesn't mean that you're thought of any different. For sure, I mean that. Ash said something one day, and I loved it. You said, "I don't care how big your team is. I care how big your heart is." Right? I added that part, but that's what he meant. But really, I mean, he's looking for people that are dedicated and can go the long haul. So, and a lot of you are that way, and I really appreciate it. What was the other thing? Oh, when a lot of people get concerned over, I can't do this, I can't do that, and I know people have this anxiety about being left behind. If you're watching this, or you share it with somebody and they watch what we're doing, nobody's going to be left behind. Nothing. I mean, I even had people call me and say, "Oh, look, I was in the hospital. What did I miss?" Well, you missed some updates, but I'm going to tell you the quickest way to get caught up, the quickest way is, yeah, you could go to the lives, but if you go to the back office and you look at the written updates for the uh, 360 when Ash is here, or if he's on Friday or whatever, the updates there, you can go through 3 or 4 updates and you're caught up. You're caught up. Now, there's other parts of this. I've had people ask me, how many more extensions are we going to get? Let me try to cover that again. And I want to apologize first because sometimes when I'm covering some of these repetitive questions, I get loud, and I don't want to get loud. I mean that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. Everybody's in a different part of this journey, and I want to take the time to say things because I don't know what's going on in your life, so it's not fair that I, get upset. I'm not really upset. I just don't want anybody to miss out. I really don't. But what I want to say is the system was set up, remember, that everybody wins. Now, it sounds like, shouldn't that be the way it is? Shouldn't the company set up that everybody that's in it, everybody kind of wins? I want the company to win because if they're winning, they'll be in business longer. So definitely I want them to win, but they want to share the winnings without sharing the heartache. They're not sharing the heartache. Thank God. Now, what I mean by that is if they have a problem, I'm going to name a couple. Forget what the money value is, it's a lot. But just say a problem with the merchants. Things didn't work out quite like they planned. Now, when that happens, things get froze up. So they hold money. It doesn't make it right. It sounds crazy, but I've had it happen to me, little bitty me, when one day with one of the pay processors, something happened and they froze my account for 6 months. Okay. Why? Why did they get away with it? I don't know. And come to find out, I didn't do anything. So they unfroze it, but I never used them again because of that. Maybe one time I think I sent money through them because the person that was accepting it could only take it, that company. I'm not mentioning any names. I don't want to do that. But his main ambition when he built Onpassive, I want to remind people. And if you, there is one thing you could go to my YouTube channel, and at the bottom, not quite at the bottom, and about the middle, it keeps showing random videos. A lot of those videos are outtakes of what Ash Mufareh has said in the last 2 or 3 years, and they're like the journey. Uh, just look at them; they're really powerful, and they're not that long and very powerful stuff. But to put it in a nutshell, Ash's plan the best I can explain it, I'm not asked, so I'll do the best I can, is a few years ago when he got into online, whatever, 20 years ago, whatever it was, he's an IT expert. He was a master distributor, so he mastered being a distributor. He would go into a company and build his own little system. I know what that means because we did it. Myself, like I did. You build a system, you start branding, and you go for it. Yes, you use some of the company's things, but when you're marketing, you want to build your little system. You get used to how it works. I had to buy apps, I had to get bridges, I'll give you an example. When I did ads on Facebook, they're called, um, they're paid ads. What happens is you do the ad and it gives you a name and an email. Now they have to opt in. It's a double opt in. The, the problem is you got to go get the name and the email. I said, man, I don't want to do that. How about if somebody clicks on my ad at 3 o'clock in the morning in France? I may not see it for 6 or 7 hours. You don't want to waste any time. So I shopped around. Is there a app where I can bridge and take those people from Facebook, name and email, and put them into Aweber? And yes, there was. Cost money. And then you got to set it up. So I set all that up. And the more people you get, the higher they charge you. So now the money's going up. Now, these people come in, they come look at what you're doing, doesn't mean they're going to buy. That's a different animal altogether. So once they get in, now you got to start drip feeding them. You're dripping a little bit, not too much, a little bit of information, and you got to remind them where they were. You got to tell them where they are, and you got to tell them what they're looking at. So you clicked on an ad in Facebook. This is an email I'm sending you. This is some information about it. Boom. Next email. I sent you an email 3 days ago. Here's what it covered. This is what this is covering. So you're telling a story. Now that's the work. That's what it takes. That's just a little bit what it takes to market. That's marketing, getting leads, and it's a lot of work. And you could do this for 3 months and not make any profit, but yet you're paying. You're paying for all the stuff to happen. Okay. So this made me think. Now, I didn't know I had to do all this when I got in 20 years ago. I thought I'd get in, I listen to the guy, the woman, tell me what to do. They're a guru. They know I'm going to do it and I'm going to win. Wrong answer. That does not happen. It doesn't happen with anybody. You follow somebody, they make a little bit of money, you make zip. In fact, in most cases, you lose money. Why? Because you're on an auto ship. So they're charging you monthly to use the products that you're trying to sell so you can make a profit. But you don't know how because you ran out of friends and family and you don't have a list. Well, they tell you just call people you knew from high school. Right? So I call Bobby Bo and I say, hey, Bobby Bo, you remember we went to school 25 years ago? I got something I want you to look at. Click. I got something I want you to look at, he says. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Or they'll say, hey, you can get solo ads. Oh, really? Yeah, you can get 200 clicks for $150, almost $1 a click. Oh, really? So I go do it. What do I get? One opt-in. I don't even know who it is. They never do any more than that. There goes another $150. So anyway, to get it right, you have to learn how to market. It's a lot of work. So now, when you get to that stage, this is me. Now, Ash is a much bigger scale. He was a master distributor. When you get to that level, now what do you got to do? You start getting people in. It's working because you're going through a lot of names. But I had 80 now autoresponders. It ran for 3 months unless somebody opted out. And you say, well, why would you do that? Because you have to slowly drip. If you pardon my vocabulary, if you throw up on somebody, they're not going to get it. If you throw too much at them, it turns them off. So, needless to say, it worked. But then reality set in. I said, who the freak has time to do what I just did to start building a list and making money? Zero. Or 1 or 2%. Okay, now, all the friends and family that I invited in, can I bring them with me? No, it's a freaking lie. Do I tell them I can? I did, because I was naive and I thought, well, I could build a list and I'll just show them what I did. Come on. They got, I was on disability. I had the time. You got people working, they're single mom, single dad. They got 1 or 2 jobs. Take Chris Johnson, who works 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's people doing that daily. They don't have time for this crap. Okay, now I want you to think of that, but a much bigger scale of an IT guy like Ash Mufareh, who got into the online business and said, I'm going to master this. And by golly, he did. He would get in, he would ask the questions, what is the pay plan? How much can you make? They always told him there's a limit. He thought that was weird. Why would there be a limit on me, but not you, the company? I want you to make a lot of money, company, but why should I have a limit? It did. They always do. So he gets in and masters it and does very, very well. There was one company, he's got the record in bringing people in 1 week. I don't know what it is, over 200 and something. Crazy number. And if you know about marketing, that's a big number. I don't care what anybody tells you. Opting in is one thing, but people paying, that's up there. Okay. So he does all of that. What happened? You guys all know Mr. Mufareh, and I mean people that really know him that are in Onpassive. I'm not talking about the crazy people out there that just hate everybody that walks. You know him. So what did he want? Oh, I want to bring people with me. That's what he did. So you know what he did? This is fact. This is something that people don't talk about. Ash made a system for himself. Then he made a system for other people. And he gave them the system. You use this and you have a chance. Not perfect, because the company is kind of rigged against you, but if you use this, you could win. And he built it with his own money, and he gave it to people to use. He did not charge them. And you know what happened? Very few people used it. That's sad, but that's fact. And when the company died, whatever one it was, they didn't all die, but when they died, they all went, whose fault is it? The only person I see out in the open is Ash Mufareh. Must be him. Then they went after the system that he gave them. You've heard the name. I'm not going to say it, but you know the name. People don't realize that was the system he built and gave to people. He didn't charge anybody for that. That's facts. Now, people knew the facts about Ash Mufareh. A lot of this nonsense you hear going around wouldn't be said. Because if the nonsense being said about Ash Mufareh was true, he'd be wearing an orange jumpsuit right now. And I think he looks like shit in orange. Okay. So he'd be wearing an orange jumpsuit. So don't believe what you hear. What you know about Ash is true. He's a good-hearted, great guy. Well, here's what happens. 5 years ago, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, he said, I'm tired of this. He went through the Bitcoin thing just like I did, just like millions of you did. And he said, this is just, it's corrupt. This can't be the only way it is. Now, during his thought of this, little old me, Mike, and Dan are going through the same crap in a very small scale. I don't want you to think I'm at level of Mr. Mufareh. I never was, never. But I was at a level that we could have made money. We did. Not a lot, but we did, but not a lot. Okay, don't get me confused. Could I have done better? Yeah, if I was heartless. If I didn't care about people, I would have done better. In fact, the guy told me, you'd be a millionaire if you didn't care so much about people. Well, then I'll stay broke. That's fact. Anyway, so back then, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago, I don't know how long ago, Ash gets out of this disgusting mess. And I don't know if it was 6 months that he really just was watching and looking and learning and listening, but he's creative, so he wants to do something. And he chatted with his amazing wife. I've never met her. I don't have to meet her. I know she's sacrificing with him. She's got to be unbelievable woman. I don't need to know. I don't need to see her and talk to her. I know she has to be. I know what my wife goes through, and she's doing this stuff with children and being married to Mr. Mufareh. It's got to be craziness. Anyway, they have a discussion. I don't know exactly how it happened. It doesn't matter. But the discussion is the only way this would work is if I build it myself. Here comes Onpassive. Now, when he first came out, what he wanted to do was, I'm going to build a marketing platform. I'll grab a handful of people that want to join me. We'll all do very, very well. And boom. Now, in his mind, there was this other thing, bigger picture, where we are right now, by the way. But that picture was down the road. So he starts with this system. People got in, it was word of mouth. Looking back, I think I might have heard something, but I'm not sure. So it starts growing, even by word of mouth. It's growing. People are looking for something different. It got really nasty out there. Same time, myself, Mike, and Dan are going, I'm thinking about quitting. And I love marketing, but I don't like the idea that everybody else is treated horribly, like 1.5% win. So during that time, here comes March 1st. I'm ready to throw in the towel. I've been praying to God, there's got to be something out there where the company cares. I know that's naive as crap. That doesn't exist. It's industrial. I win. If you can't win, too freaking bad. That's the way the industry was. And here comes Ash Mufareh. So I see this business. It was only a marketing business. Not only, it would have been slamming, guarantee it. So I find out through Peter Rogers, because I trusted him, because he was a guru. I've talked with gurus. I don't want to join a guru. No, thank you. I know what we need to do if I can get the right animal or the right company. So we get in, we see what it is, and you guys know the rest of that story. What I want to emphasize here, so you understand, everything about Onpassive is we. When you see an extension, it's because we had to have one. When you see merchants fumble and fall and die, it happened to all of us. When things don't work out, it happened to all of us. The only difference is we didn't have to pay for it. We didn't have to sweat, and we're not paying anybody's bills. Contrary to what's being said out there that we're all being taken advantage. If I'm being taken advantage of, how come they are not collecting money from me? Because I want to tell you something. If Onpassive is a scam, they are the dumbest freaking scammers on the planet, because they stopped taking money from us. Why? Because the system isn't ready to pay out and receive. It's a two-way street. And Ash could have made it, okay, I'll only pay people with the Bitcoin, but I won't pay. If A can't get paid, if Z can't get paid, A's not getting paid. Everybody gets paid or no one gets paid. That's the company that we joined. When he gives an extension, the extension is saying this: hey, we have to fix a couple things. Because we're dealing outside of Onpassive. We're going to fix these couple of things. While we're doing that, here's the heating blanket in case you get too cold. It's called Onpassive. It's called O Connect. Oh, you want to do trivia at night? No, you're not going to have to pay again. Not yet. It's not ready. So you just keep it for another 10 days and another 10 days and 30 days. We've had it a year. What are we paying for O Connect right now? What is it? Pennies? We stole it. We're stealing O Connect from the company. Okay. So my point is keep in your mind anything that happens that you look at as a delay. You're going to have to come on here and say it. I don't read lips.
Get rid of Jelly Smack or Jelly Snack.
Is he on mine or
I
yours?
think he's not on mine. He's on yours or wherever else you're sharing on
I'll
here.
find him. People get his name. Anyway, I'll get him. But anyway, the point is, let's get where we are now. Everything going. Every time there's a when he gives a what's the word I'm looking for? An extension. It costs the company millions of dollars, probably. At least hundreds of thousands, probably millions. Why? Still paying the electric for the buildings, still paying the salaries, still paying for marketing, still paying for plane trips going back and forth every day somebody's in the air, paying for people all over Egypt and Africa, paying, and not bringing nothing in. That's the company we're part of. So when you think about to say something, you need to talk to everybody that you brought in and explain to them how blessed we really are. How blessed we really are. I wanted to give you the journey from my point of view, and I'm speaking. Yes, I'm speaking from Mr. Mufareh. That's the way I see it. It doesn't. There might be a couple things that aren't quite right. It's me. I wasn't paid to do it. I wanted to do it. This is my outlook on what happened. And that's what makes me keep going. One thing is I love it. Somebody said, Marty, thank you for working so hard. I would not work this hard for a regular company. There's no freaking way. I mean, there's no way would I work 10, 12 hours a day for anybody else than Onpassive. Because to me, it's not work. I know we if we can't make it Onpassive, we won't make it anywhere. Anywhere. I love you all. And that's why if I can find ways to make things better for you, I promise to God that's what I want to do. That's why I hang with Chris Johnson because he feels the same way. Does he get on my nerves? Yes, I want to pull my hair out, which I already did. I'm almost bald. But no, I mean, I love the guy. I love all of you. But remember, that's the fact that happened to Mr. Mufareh. That's the journey, the crappy journey, okay? And while we're thinking, oh my God, I gotta wait, he's dodging arrows, knives, and bullets. It's just fact. He doesn't walk into a room and everybody goes, oh, Mr. Mufareh, that was such a great idea. No. What are you, crazy? Imagine the people behind the scenes. Who the freak is this guy? Yeah, no joke, no joke. But you know what he does? He does that smile he does and never quits. Never quits. That's the person representing us, him and his wife. So when you pray for them, pray for the company, pray for people that work with him. Because nobody's going to work harder for us than they have. Nobody, not no way would my family do it. And I love my family. I've never had somebody outside of my family take care of me like they have. Never. No company, no nothing ever. Anyway, I didn't plan on going there today, but that's what I do. Now, what is this guy's name? Chris, come on here for a second.
It's a woman. It looks like Jelly Snack.
Jelly Snack. Wow, I'm glad she used her real name.
Yeah.
Well, let's see if I can get rid of her and peanut butter.
Paul was telling me she's on my channel, but she's not on my channel.
Guys, if you know what channel she's on, can you please put it here in the chat? Because I want to complain of harassment and kick her off the channel. Why she's being nasty, I don't know. She doesn't have to be here. Life's too short. Why don't you go do something you really hate or love or whatever you call it?
Because they're saving us, Marty. We're all in the.
They're saving me. Anyway. Oh, yours. Chris, Red said it's mine.
Yeah, it's not on mine.
Yours, Marty. Okay. All right. I'll go look while you're talking. Thank you, everybody. Oh, by the way, Red will be on at 11. What time is it? Man, I've been talking for 30 minutes. Chris, you talk. You let me talk too much. Go ahead.
You just keep going on. Let me say this real quick too, because Kim Mills keeps texting me. It was his birthday the other day. I missed it because it was a Sunday and I wasn't here Sunday. So happy birthday. Today is also his and his wife's. I remember when I thought he was a woman. 41 years he's been married. And my God, your wife deserves a trophy if she stuck with you for 41 years. But congratulations, Kim. And Red is coming on at 11. And whoever else is coming on after that, look in the back office, it'll tell you. I call this the calm before the storm. I see many questions in here, the same ones we had yesterday. When are we getting the old connect? Let me put it to you in layman's terms again. As soon as Ash Mufareh is done with what he's doing, he will let us all know through the pop-up, through myself, Marty, Red, anyone else that comes on and speaks. All right. You can ask that every day. I'm going to give you the same answer until Ash is ready. He's working on a few things that are very, very important. This is why things have not been released yet. Okay. Do you want it wrong or do you want it right? Ask yourself that question. And yeah, we're gonna get people on here every day that don't agree with us, and that's okay. You know the path you're going down. The path that they're going to go down when they see this all explode and everyone in Onpassive is going to be going nuts. All these naysayers will be using their real name to try to get in here, which I think will be funny. That's why they use code names. That's why they don't use their real name. Now, one guy did yesterday, and at least I give him credit for using his real name, but most of those people will not use their real name. Why? Because if they're wrong, no one can say nothing to them. That's called a coward. If you're going to stand up for something, use your real name. If you're going to stand up for something, put a picture in it. Okay, I'm done with that today. Now, I want to let you all know my son, Joey Lawrence Johnson, yes, that's his real name. When I got my son and my daughter in Onpassive, they were like most of our kids. Oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Well, he has really gotten into this. In the last, let's see, let me get it right. In the last 11 days, he's made 551 YouTube videos in a different way. Now, I shared one of those on my Facebook. Mr. DeGarmo's seen it. He shared it on Onpassive Nation today, I believe. Now, if you want to join his YouTube, that's great. You don't have to, and I'm not doing this so you can join his YouTube. I'm going to tell you to go look at he did it a different way. Listen, the mind is a beautiful thing. Every one of us have different ways of doing things. He did it totally different. Now, at first when I saw it, I go, I don't know about that. He said, can you just show Marty? Yeah, Marty would know all this stuff. I wouldn't know squat. Marty seemed to like it. He said, well, that's a different way. I'll let Marty say something in a minute on it, but I'm proud of my son for what he's doing. He just had his second child, Evan, so I have Cody and Evan as my grandchildren. They're both doing great. But Joey also realizes as kids cost money, diapers cost money, baby food, all that stuff. It's expensive. And he wants to give his kids a good life, him and his wife. So he's jumped on this like a raging maniac. And he pesters me like I pester Marty about, look what I did. Look, how's this? How's that? And I tell him the same thing I tell everyone. Keep going. Keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. And he's attracting a lot of attention by what he's doing. Now, I'm just saying, go look at what he's doing. Go on Passive Nation, or you can go to, I don't know what it is, JJ something. Marty probably knows it more than I do, but go check it out. It's something different. Remember this. Marty makes great videos. There's a bunch of people out there making great content, great videos. Okay. But it's the person that comes up with something totally different, totally unexpected, that catches the eye of everyone. And I think this is one of those things, right? Now, if you're putting content out, it's still great. Marty puts out, I don't know, 50 million videos a day on all kind of things about AI. If you look below him right now or on the camera, what does it say? What does it say? Read it. It's important. It's the truth. It's factual. It's structural. Okay. So these are one of the things that a lot of people say, oh, we're going to lose our jobs and we're all going to be living in a cave and busting rocks. So far from the truth. Okay. It's so far from the truth. Read what that says down there and start listening. When people the thing, I guess, with doing something is you're proud about it. And we have a lot. Listen, I'm not going to lie. We have a lot of things that are being thrown at us, against us, from because of Onpassive. Everyone knows this, all right? But if you start breaking down the facts of what AI is, what it's going to do, you're going to start wising people up a little. Not everyone likes to be educated. I'm one of those guys. My education is getting my hands on something and doing it. I never really got my hands on this, but I finally wrapped my brain around something that this is too important not to learn. So use your brain, use your mind, create something that's different, create something that's unique for yourself. Like I said, I'm proud of my son for doing it. My son, I've known him. He's always been really good with computers, more than I ever knew. He got into crypto and all that Bitcoin stuff when he was 14 years old. He's 30 now. I never knew anything about that stuff, but he got into all that stuff. He was a computer little geeker there, right? Geek. He's going to love that one. But he got into it. And that was at 14. Now he's 30. Now he sees the potential of Onpassive. And what's he do? He buckles down and he starts kicking out all these videos. He says he made a lot. I'm like, holy cow. I told Marty, look at his YouTube. Tell me. He goes, oh my God, he's made 500. I go, yeah. In a few days, 11 days. So don't be afraid to try something new. Listen, everything you try, there's going to be 1 out of 10 people that are going to say, oh, what an idiot. So what? You're a grown man and grown woman. You can't take someone calling you a name, 1 out of 10 people, and the 9 people are saying, see, 9 of those people are going, huh. And then they're going to say, God, what if he's right? What if she's right? What am I going to miss? It's not really going to cost me anything to check it out, to get the 3 free products, to look at things. I mean, when you go buy a new car, right? Don't you go look at a bunch of cars before you find the one you really like? And then you take a test drive in it. It's no different. You have nothing to lose by at least checking this company out. You have nothing to lose once you get into it as making some posts. And if you remember, my original posts were cartoons. I did the Fred Flintstones. I did the movies. I made all something similar, and it caught people's attention. It caught people's eye. Back to the Future, Marty. Not this Marty. We got to go back to 2023 and get in this Onpassive thing. Stuff like that. But and Ash has said this, I don't know, 6 months ago. Start being creative. Use your own creativity. And that was back in the time where Ash would make a video, or Bill Musk or Tim Johnson would make a video, and everyone would use it. So now you got 1 million people all sharing Marty DeGarmo saying, Onpassive, it's the greatest thing in the world. All right. Yeah, I was Martied out. But if you use different ideas, be creative. What some people might think is that's nuts and funny, get people's attention. Don't be dirty, be ethical, be what Onpassive really is about. Okay, but you can do this. It's not hard. You're not a marketer. None of us are marketers. But I guarantee you can be creative. I bet you your kids, if you sat down with your kids, even at a young age, said, hey, Daddy and Mommy's trying to do something. What do you think? You got any ideas? Kids are all over the computer. They'll come up with something to help you out. I guarantee it. And then guess what? You're going to get them involved in this, which is really, really cool. So, listen, I wake up thinking I'm the luckiest guy every day. Not because I'm in Florida in an RV. That was years ago. I earned all that for this. I wake up today knowing that my tomorrow is going to be better. I wake up today knowing that a week from now, my life can be completely different. I wake up today knowing that if I die tomorrow, my family is taken care of through Onpassive. Yep. We always forget about that one, right? Yeah, I want to live till I'm at least 100, I guess. I'll go 110 if I'm feeling good. But I definitely want to leave my family a legacy. I definitely want to leave my footprint in the ground, and I don't care where it's at. I just want people to know, hey, I was here. I wanted to make a difference. This is what I did. And then I'm going to, bottom of my tombstone is going to say, let me see you do better. That's the last thing you're going to see on my obituary. I hate that word, by the way. Obituary. Sounds like you're bitching about something, but it's funny. On my bottom of my obituary is going to say, okay, I had my chance. I'm done. Let's see you do better. Think about what I'm just saying there. Think about how important that is. And what do I mean when I say, can you do better? Can you do better for your life? Can you do better for your neighbor? Can you do better for your family? Can you do better for the world? That's what I'm talking about. Not that, oh, yeah, I had a Cadillac with 4 doors. No. That's material crap. Let's get into real world problems, troubles, and that's where you're going to leave your footprint. Roy Davies from Florida died in 2072. Roy, I'm giving you a couple years more there. What's his tombstone say? I did it to better humanity. Let me see what you got. Think like that. I can't sit there and talk all these technical terms and things that Marty did over the years, which I love hearing because I never did any of that stuff. So I really can't relate to what he's saying, but I know what it's like to go to for work for 32 years. But him, he's got some cool stuff if you're into all that stuff. He went up, he went down, and he went down, and he kept going down. He never really was up. What does he say? And then I found a passive, or a passive found me. This is what I've been waiting for my whole life. I think everyone can say that. Who the heck hasn't been waiting for someone to do your job and get paid for it your whole life? Now, someone out there is going to say, oh, yeah, where's all the money you're making? Hey, let me tell you something. Ask me that in a few weeks. Ask me that in a few months. Ask me that in a year. I'll never tell you, but I definitely will show you. This bus might be a little bigger in a year. All right, I might have a real cowboy hat on that I bought in Texas. Just keep doing what you're doing. Be creative. Know that, yeah, there's a little quiet right now because Ash's work. If you think about it, when you're really trying to think or you're studying, you're learning, what's happening? You want to go in the quietest spot in your house or your office because you need to think. What do you think Ash Mufareh is doing right now? He's thinking with a whole bunch of smart people. Okay, what's our next move? What do we got to do? How do we fix this? He's not sitting in the corner saying, I got all their money, like other people say. He's saying, I'm going to make people smile all over the world. That's exactly what he's saying. So on that note, I don't really have that much to say, but I love every one of you. I'm praying for you. Please say big prayers for our family. Please say big prayers for the world. And I really think Onpassive is going to fix a lot of things in this world. It's definitely going to make it a lot happier. And that's my mindset, and that's my attitude every single day. No matter how many bug bites I have on my feet, and if I showed you, like, oh my God, you step on red fire ants, woo! Ask Lynn Nakamoto. She stepped on him in the Florida resort, right in front of me, and my heart bled because I know how much it hurt. So, stay away from the red ants or the fire ants. They do hurt. Join Onpassive. Join Onpassive and create your own dreams. Create your own world and then help everyone out. That's all I got. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Beautiful. Well, as you can see, we didn't have anything planned, but we hope that we inspire. I want to thank everybody for being here and keep your eyes open. Like I said, things are being worked on, so we're going to see kaboom very soon. Something good, something great, I believe. Keep in mind, everybody is hundreds of people, thousands are working in our behalf, which is unbelievable. We have a great CEO that I just don't, I don't, I don't know how he keeps going, but he does, and I appreciate it. Don't forget, Red will be on in 15 minutes. I want to thank everybody for being here again. You inspire me to inspire you. I mean that. You inspire me to inspire you. Chris is telling me something. Go.
One more prayer I forgot, and I really mean this special. my good friend, Gemma, is it Ramaki? I think her last name is.
Renicky, yes.
She's going through a lot of stuff now. I mess with Gemma every night, and she had actually broke down and told us some of the things that's going on in her life, and I actually feel bad about it. But she's fun. I love her, and I want you to say a lot of prayers for her because she's got some serious issues. Her husband dealing with cancer. She's dealing with all kind of things in her eyes and her ears, and say some prayers for Gemma too. I love you, Gemma. Mwah.
Yeah,
Everybody.
no doubt about it. Gemma's a diamond in the rough, without a doubt. Love Gemma. Gemma, yeah, I've been praying for you, Gemma. She's an amazing woman, and she's so much fun and always upbeat. You never know. That's why I say you don't know what journey people are on. You don't know what's going on at home. And, so when you look at somebody else and you say, well, if they had what I have, hey, maybe they do. Maybe they have it worse. Anytime I get a pity party for Marty DeGarmo and I think of the crap going on, I go, over 1 billion, billions have it worse than me. Billions. You put that in perspective, it calms you right down. I woke up this morning, my body wasn't outlined in tape or chalk. I'm having a good day. Anyway, we'll see you all tomorrow. Like I said, trivia at 9 o'clock, 9:30. Everything else is on. What else is on today? 8 o'clock, you have Rob Lynn Live. Rob, by the way, this is my favorite pink hat. Shut up, Chris. I'm going to say pink because it makes everybody happy. But I love it. I love it. It's almost orangey red, but I love it. It's my favorite hat. Don't bring your hat out. Nobody cares freaking Tex Cobb or whatever you think you are.
There. That's the real color. I'm not sure why. Well, Rob went a little softer on you because you're a little softer. I'm more hardcore red, so
You're hardcore.
it's okay. You can always donate that to the Women's Association when you're done with it.
Okay.
It also might represent.
Listen, everybody that knows me knows that I could just rip him apart right now, but I won't because
Hey,
I
look,
care.
you want to rip me apart? Watch how easy this is. Yes, I've gained a lot of weight. Yes, I had to put myself back on my diabetes medicine because after my fall, I screwed up and was eating like crazy. I could see my neck when I know that thing's getting too big again. In fact, my head's the first thing that swells up. Do I like it? No, I don't. Am I embarrassed? No, I'm not embarrassed. I eat. It's my fault. But I guarantee this, I will turn myself around. I would say I'm about 90% right now. When I get to 95%, watch out. Things are going to happen. After I get done with my fishing trip, I can't wait for that. But now my daughter's calling me. All right.
See you all. Thank you so much for being here.